minus cat.
Shout out to my boy 6CD for requesting this video, and shout out to Demon Cam, and most importantly, Mars Sam. Shout out to y'all for tapping in. This video is K Flock, Zay Munna, and others charged in racketeering indictment. I kind of feel like for the K Flock situation, this is something they was waiting on because the murder case was weak, so they had to throw that in there to try to hold them in a little bit longer. But with this other one, I don't really know that situation too much. So without further ado, we're gonna get straight into the video.
Yo, we back with another video. And if you don't think K Flock's back is against the wall now, I don't know what to tell you. On top of the murder charge he's fighting, he is now fighting a racketeering indictment. In the early mornings of January 23rd, 2023,
from what his lawyers said they was expecting that already though.
People that were friends and associated with people from this indictment took to their social medias and posted pictures of them and heartbreak emojis to go along with it. It would be later found out that K Flock and many others would be named in a racketeering indictment. And we're going to get right into it, going through the whole indictment and looking at the charges of some people that y'all might care about. 8 members of Bronx gangs, South Side and Third Side charged with murder, racketeering, and related violent offenses. The United States Attorney for the Southern District of New York announced the unsealing today of an indictment charging Kevin Perez, aka K Flock, aka K, aka KK, BJ Baller, EJ, Nick, and I think that's Nick Baller, and Sticky and Jesse with racketeering, conspiracy, and other crimes related to their membership in Southside or DOA, a street gang based in the Bronx, New York. On January 26, 2023, a superseding indictment was unsealed charging Zay Munna, aka Zay, and AP Munna with racketeering, conspiracy, and other crimes related to their membership in Third Side, a street also based in the Bronx, New York that was closely affiliated with South Side. K Flock was also charged with the gang-related murder of Waska, who was shot to death on December 16, 2021 in the Hamilton Heights section of Upper Manhattan. K Flock, BJ, EJ, Zay Munna, and AP Munna were further charged with multiple other violent crimes in connection with the South Side and Third Side.
I know this might sound stupid, but why like a lot of stuff like this don't be just regular gang indictments?
Side gangs, including attempted murder and assault with a dangerous weapon arising from 7 shootings committed in the Bronx between June 2020 and February 2022. Zay Munna and AP Munna are currently in federal custody in connection with the charges obtained in the Third Side superseding indictment. BJ, Nick, and Jesse were arrested this morning in the Bronx and are expected to be presented later today before a judge. K Flock, who was in state custody, has been transferred to federal custody and is also expected to be presented later today. Sticky and EJ are fugitives. U.S. Attorney said over a span of several years, the members of these gangs allegedly terrorized neighborhoods in the Bronx and Manhattan by killing and shooting other people. Through these charges, we will hold Southside and Third Side members responsible for plaguing our communities with gun violence. NYPD commissioners said the deadly nexus of gangs and illegal guns in New York City is a grave threat to public safety in our city. Combating this crisis is the NYPD's top priority, and today's indictments are another step forward, ridding our streets of violence and fear. According to these allegations in the Southside indictment and the Third Side superseding indictment, and statements previously made on the record in this case and related matters, from at least 2019 to 2020, members of Southside and Third Side, 2 street gangs based in the 48th precinct in the Bronx, New York, aligned with one another to terrorize their own and surrounding neighborhoods by committing indiscriminate shootings against members of rival street gangs. Members of the gangs also promoted the gangs and gun violence on social media and through music they created and promoted, which referenced real acts of violence. For years, Southside and Third Side engaged in disputes with rival crews in the Bronx and in Manhattan, which resulted in numerous acts of violence, including the following. And then this is where they would name off all the crimes that are part of this indictment. The first one being K Flock allegedly, they don't have allegedly there, murdered Waska in broad daylight in Manhattan on January 16, 2021. And then you got
That's the
K-Flock,
recent joint
AP
they're
Munna,
talking
and
about.
Zay Munna allegedly shot at rival gang members on June 20th, 2020. Nick Bola allegedly shot at a rival gang member on June 26, 2020. And then AP Munna allegedly shot at rival gang members on July 7th, 2020 and July 16th, 2020, two separate occasions. And then Zay Munna allegedly shot at a rival gang member on December 13th, 2020. And then another one, K-Flock, a BJ, allegedly shot at rival gang members on November 10th, 2021. And finally, BJ allegedly shot at a rival gang member and hit an innocent bystander on February 10th, 2022. And just to wake y'all up if y'all fell asleep from my reading, the people y'all care about, the rappers, K-Flock, he had 2 separate attempt murders allegedly on this list on top of the murder charge that he is facing
I only
right
know
now.
about the first one.
Zay Munna also has 2 attempt murders allegedly as well. And now let's get into the charges K-Flock is facing. He's the youngest on this indictment at 19 years old. He got racketeering, conspiracy, murder in the aid of racketeering, use of a firearm resulting in death, attempted murder, and assault with a dangerous weapon in aid of racketeering, use of a firearm for attempted murder, and assault with a dangerous weapon. He's facing minimum and maximum penalties. If he's found guilty, is mandatory life in prison.
Damn.
Death. Zay Munna, he's facing almost the same exact
They
charges.
they was
Transportation.
all I heard was they was talking about the death penalty, and no, I think that's a drag. But I'm not saying I want to see anybody in jail, but it's like for street situations, I be thinking like, yo, y'all be having the evidence on who did it, what time, where, and then when it comes time when y'all finally lock them up years later, y'all be like, oh, well, yeah, we got them. We just want to protect the community. I think y'all too late for that. A lot of innocent people has, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying this is a predicament I want to see them in, because, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people get misguided. A lot of people don't have guidance. A lot of, you know what I'm saying? I know when it comes to the Bronx, it's a lot of different situations. So it's like, and it's like that's all. And when it comes to the Bronx specifically, a lot of territory over there is gang territory. So it's like it's hard to just probably be a regular person. I don't know too much Bronx politics. I'm not even gonna lie, but from what I've been seeing, most of the indictments recently been coming from the Bronx. So it's like I'm just thinking it's mostly gang territory over there. So it's like it's something bound to happen, but you just gotta try your best to stay out the way, because stuff like this happens, and then you're gonna see who really there for you. But I know he had a second M charge pending though. Hopefully his lawyer can help him out of this situation.
Receipt of a firearm while under felony indictment. His minimum and maximum penalties is maximum of life in prison, mandatory minimum 20 years to run consecutive to any other sentence. Zay Munna has been locked up almost a year now in the feds. And then Sticky, 32 years old, wasn't named in any shootings whatsoever, but was somehow named this indictment. And the charges he's facing is racketeering, conspiracy, possession of a firearm after a felony conviction. The minimum and maximum penalties, if he is found guilty of this, maximum of 30 years in prison.
Damn.
And this is very sad to see.
Hold on. For y'all that's I'm not a street person. You know what I'm saying? I stay out the way. For y'all that's you know what I'm saying, been through the system or know a little bit about the system, can they really like throw you in a RICO / racketeering case and slap you with 30 years just for possession of a firearm? Just because you tied in or allegedly tied into something?
Zay Munna's been locked up. He's been in the feds for almost a year. K-Flock's been locked up for more than a year on a murder charge.
Yeah, for more than a
year. Now they're both fighting indictment together. And this is a lot different from other indictments where there was tens of 20 people on that indictment. There's only 8 on this indictment. That means the state is going to try so hard to lock up these 8 people and give them the maximum because they feel like they're the biggest threat to their neighborhoods in the Bronx. Very sad to see. I'm wishing the best for everybody. So much talent locked up right now, and it just seems like it gets worse and worse. Free Bronx drill. I'm going to get up through. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Keep doing young things.
That's a
with me.
fact.
Be safe. Stay dangerous. Good.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. It's not just only Bronx jail though. Brooklyn jail too. When it comes to Brooklyn jail, I feel bad because like it was a lot of artists in Brooklyn, and it's like when it came to like I say a little bit before I say reaching the pandemic, a little bit before that, a little bit, you know what I'm saying? A little bit before the pandemic, everybody's still in school, all that. We still like Brooklyn still had it. For me, Brooklyn still had it. And then next thing you know, pandemic hit, a whole bunch of gang indictments, a lot of people got locked up, a lot of people just stopped, and then it went over to the Bronx, and then it's like now low key the same thing happening with the Bronx, but the only difference is that in the Bronx you got like new artists every other day, like every other day is a new Bronx artist. But hopefully they prevail from the situation, get out this situation and do right, focus on what's most important, music. Again, in the comment section down below, let me know what videos y'all want me to react to next. And with that being said, I appreciate y'all for all the love and support. Love is love, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video.